Now we turn it over to our third coach of the morning, the head coach of the Presbyterian College Blue Hose, Harold Nichols. Hello, Coach.
Good morning, Mark.
Hope you're doing well. PC playing its final game coming up this weekend, looking to get over that 500 mark at the end of the year with 6 wins and with a winning record. Just setback last week at Ole Miss. Just talk a little bit about that game and what you saw from a positive standpoint, and then we'll start taking questions and talk about Gardner-Webb.
Well, obviously going into last weekend was a huge challenge, going and playing a really good Ole Miss team that was coming off of 2 really tough losses to LSU and to Auburn. Very motivated team, great atmosphere to play in, and just proved to be too big of a challenge for us. I wish we'd have played a little bit better. We did some decent things in the game, but obviously we were so physically overmatched. Had a hard time, stopping the big play on the defensive side of the ball. Some of it had to do with us, a lot of it had to do with them. And then, offensively turned the ball over a couple times, which really hurt us, and you can't do that against anybody, much less a really good team like Ole Miss. But great stage to be on, great exposure. Being able to play on television and that kind of atmosphere was a great opportunity for our program. But a lot of credit goes to Coach Freeze and the program that he's built there, and they're obviously a storied SEC team, and just proved to be too much for us. But felt like that we did some things in the game that we could build on and continue as we're building our program here. You turn the page to Gardner-Webb. Have so much respect for Coach McCray and his staff and what they're building there. They've got a really good football team. Lucas Beatty, their quarterback, has been in our league as a veteran guy that has played really well for them over the course of his career there, and I'm sure that we're not going to be able to show him anything he hadn't seen before, and plays at a high level, smart player. Kenny Cook, their receiver, who is an outstanding player and poses a lot of matchup problems for you, and has had a great career there. They've got a really good defensive football team. They're fast, they're explosive. They got a really good defensive front that causes people problems. And we're playing on the road, and this will be our second week in a row on the road playing against a really good Gardner-Webb team. So, hopefully we can get back to doing the things that lead to success and be good in the kicking game, not turn the ball over and do things that, penalties, do things that knock you off track and get you behind the chains. And another tough Big South football game. And so we got to have a great week of preparation in order to have a chance to win up there this weekend.
Thank you, Coach. At this time, we'll take questions for PC head coach Harold Nichols. To ask a question, please press star 1 on your phone at any time, or click the Q&A link near the top of your browser and click raise hand if you join us via the web. Questions for Presbyterian College head coach Harold Nichols. And Coach, I'll lead off a couple. First, with Gardner-Webb, Coach McCray's second year, just what have you noticed differently from last year to this year in Gardner-Webb's play?
Well, it's my experience coming here and trying to build this thing here. He's doing the same things that we're trying to do. Trying to play smart football, and they've done that. They're a disciplined football team, and you can tell the way that they play. They get lined up, they play fast. Obviously, you heard Coach McCray mention about the turnovers. Taking care of the ball, and that's such an underrated stat in college football. And they've got a veteran quarterback, and you can tell that their kids are buying into their program that he's building there, and having some consistency there from a coaching standpoint. And so I think there's huge differences, and from year 1 to year 2 that you can have, and they've definitely done that.
We mentioned at the top of the call we had 9 academic all-district honorees, including one from PC. You've gone to ACO. Just talk about him and as a student and what he's done, obviously, on the field as well.
Well, Ugana's an outstanding student-athlete here. Both his parents teach at the University of Georgia. He's from Athens, Georgia, There was actually an article in the Clarion Ledger in Mississippi that talked about our game, and he's actually doing a joint research project on with one of our chemistry teachers here, and talking about the effects of performance-enhancing drugs, and trying to find a way that different way you can test for it. So again, he's a very, very intelligent young man. Quiet, doesn't say a whole lot, but he's a just what you would want in a student athlete at your school. He's a tremendous player on the field, got great work ethic, and that spills over into the classroom for him. And his education is very important, and he's why we're all in this is for kids like that. To give that guy an opportunity to be a Division I football player and get a great education, and we're all better off for being around him. I tell you that, he's an outstanding young man.
That's a fascinating story on that. That's great to hear. My last question for you, Coach, just I've asked the other two coaches, just with Coastal Carolina moving to number one. You've been involved with many storied programs in your past. Just what the number one ranking means for all the programs involved in the conference, as well as the conference as a whole.
Well, I think what Coach Mobley has been able to do there over the last couple of years has been amazing. He's brought that program to storied heights. And to be to get the number one ranking in the United States with all the great programs that are out there is a tremendous accomplishment. It raises the bar for the whole entire conference. Their commitment to excellence with their administration and all the support personnel that goes into that, and they perform very well on the field and are very deserving of that. And I think it proves to the country about the strength that the Big South Conference has as a whole, from top to bottom. And every week you've got to come to battle every week, and you got to be prepared. And there's so many great players in our league and great programs, and for Coastal to put us on that stage and get that kind of national recognition is quite an accomplishment, and we're excited to be a part of it. And congratulations definitely to Coach Mobley and his great program down there to get that number one ranking.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. That's all the questions that we have for you. We'll let you go, but thanks for joining us, and good luck Saturday. Thanks for starting with.
Well, Mark, thank you, and wish everybody else in the league the best of luck this weekend.
All right, thanks, Coach. PC again at Gardner Webb, 12 p.m. on ASN.